In this lecture, we're going to talk about all the effects that you can apply to an image. So let's go and grab our butterflies and take them down here, and let's see what we can do to them. So we've got them selected, and then first you select it, and up comes the Format menu under Picture Tools. And notice all these things that we can do to the image. Starting on the far left, we already know about removing background. In fact, we did that to get our butterflies. Check out image correction. I really like this one. What it does is it shows sharpness and softening here. So I can select between various degrees of softening and watch the image as I pick these. Because what happens is that it gives you a show of what that softening effect looks like. So here's what it is by default over here on the far left. Actually, that's softened somewhat. And this is softened a little less, should be. And then this is softened even less sharp. And here it's the sharpest over on the right. This is very sharp. I really like that. That's nice and sharp. Wonder if that's the default. And then let's go to corrections again on the butterflies, and notice brightness and contrast. It kind of goes in two different directions. So brightness goes to the right and contrast goes down, I guess. So I can pick amongst any of these what I would like as far as the brightness and contrast. So here's 20% brightness and 0% contrast, normal. Here I can get a little darker. Notice the butterflies are now getting darker. They should be. And here they should be getting lighter. So I could put a very light effect on the butterflies, and they become very light. My system's a little slow, I guess, so it took a while for the demonstration to show up. So that's corrections. Corrections can be used to quickly apply brightness and contrast and sharpness. And you have all kinds of other corrections, too, that you can do over here. So here's sharpness, brightness, contrast, picture color. I can crop. I can do all these things in picture format, which pops up if I select more options. Let's move to color. This can be fun too. This gives you a whole bunch of color effects, like I can go more to the yellow side of things. And this should, there we go, it got yellower. My system's a little slow on picking up on these color changes and corrections. We can also do all kinds of special weird effects, like here's an orangey kind of thing. Let's apply that and see what it looks like. There it is. So it almost makes it like an orange and white cutout. So that's under color. Let's undo that one. That was a little dramatic. There we go. And let's look at artistic effects. Check out these artistic effects. I can make this is kind of a line drawing effect that I can apply to it. There we go. So now I just have lines for my butterflies. That's kind of interesting. I really like that effect. Other artistic effects, here's kind of a pixelated one. Here is, oh, that's a black and white kind of drawing thing. Here is more of the color, looks like colored pencil. And you can pick all of these. Here's a mosaic. Here's something really wild where it shows just kind of a neon effect. Wow, that really makes your butterflies pop. Now, the other thing that I can do is I can put borders on pictures. This primarily works if you don't have a picture with that's been cut out. I mean, you don't see the border is the problem. So you need a square, regular looking, there we go. We finally got our border. So we can put a border on the picture if we want. This round border is really kind of neat for pictures. It will actually cut out a round circle of the picture, and you can have that as your image. Then what we have is picture effects. It just keeps on going. I picked a picture border. I can put a border on the picture itself. What else can we do? Picture effects. These are neat. I can do shadows to the picture. Now I should see little shadows for the butterflies. There they are. Very slight shadows on the butterflies. And I can do soft edges. I can soften up the edges of the butterflies. Now we kind of did this already with, let's soften it up a lot. We saw this with sharpness when we were playing with that. Okay, I softened up the edges. It didn't seem to have much of an effect. That's because it's a cutout. This works better with square images. I can rotate the image so I can get kind of a 3D effect going to the image here. There we go. So it goes kind of diagonal. So I've got all of these effects. And my point, one of the points that I wanted to make too, is that while I've got these together, and I've got the entire group, I can apply effects to groups. So this group, I could actually make a frame on the group of images. And it will do it on, well, actually, it's doing it on every image. That's interesting. Not exactly what I wanted, but I can also apply like the yellow effect. Oh, that gave me a background. Okay, so I click on the group and then I click on the image and I can pull it down. Now notice these are still, should be a group. Yeah, the group just kind of expanded, so I can move them around like that. Anyway, I wanted to show you how you can apply neat effects to make your images really stunning, and you can apply them as groups or individual elements. And I'll see you in the next lecture where we're going to talk about more about text and fonts.